everyone, welcome to Snap Vegan. We're eating on the cheap. Doesn't have to kill you. I'm Cathy, and today, as promised, we are going to be talking about SNAP, which used to be known as food stamps. I still refer to them sometimes as food stamps, but there's no stamps, so that's not a thing anymore. Matter of fact, if you get SNAP and you're in Indiana, your card looks like this. And no, I ain't showing you the whole thing, but it says Hoosier Works. Okay, so there's that. And that's what that looks like. And then for those that might be affected, we'll be talking about CSFP, WIC, senior farm program, just emotional, and other things. So I've got one person here in the lobby with me. I don't know who, but say hello. I have at the very top of the chat listed the main link that summarizes what we're going to be talking about today. Hey, Fairy. And so just want to give this a minute or two to let some folks come in. I know there was a lot of interest in this. So the main link, Fairy, since you're in the UK, the link that I posted right there tells you, hey, Jason, hey, darling, daddy. So the main link that I just posted there is the summary of, Canada. Well, part of the UK, or no, not anymore. I don't know. But anyway, so that link gives you the summary of what we're going to be talking about today. And with our government shutdown, how that's going to be affected. So first I want to talk about SNAP, because that's the main program that I'm on, and others may be as well. And at least in Indiana, remember in my last video, I mentioned, or video before last, I mentioned, and on my Facebook page, I posted the link to the story where the USDA was allowing states to preload February's benefit on our card in January, and that the governors had to request that emergency funding before January the 20th, I think it was, or 19th or 20th. I think it was the 20th. So our governor went ahead and did it. And so apparently next week on January 19th, if you're in Indiana and you have SNAP, then you're going to have, what's left is for your January benefit, what you haven't used yet. And you're going to have February. But keep in mind, that's going to be all at one time on January 19th if you're in Indiana. Other than that, they strongly suggest that you use it very wisely. And as I suggested, I'd say once that loads on your card, you take that total amount of money that you've got there and you count how many weeks is going to be until your March benefits hit. And then you take that big wad of money, or wad of money, whatever, divide it by that number of weeks. And then you'll get the number of how much you can spend each week that'll get you through until March hits. Now, I want to say this, and I know it's rough out there for a lot of people, but the SNAP program is the supplemental nutritional food program. It is not meant to be the only source of food that you have. It's only to help us out, as a supplement. And I do know from personal experience and people that I have met that, oftentimes the SNAP benefits is the only food money that they get. So because their bills and everything else is so high that they can't manage without it. And so I'm just going to say, if you're in Indiana or any other state that are getting these benefits preloaded for February onto your card in January, just know that come February, when it's time for your regular, you're not going to get it because you've already been given it. So let's take a look at SNAP. Okay, so if you follow the link there, and it says, am I eligible for SNAP? Your household has to meet certain requirements to be eligible for SNAP and receive benefits. If your state agency determines that you are eligible to receive SNAP, you will receive benefits back to the date you submitted your application. They do have a pre-screening tool for eligibility. And if you want to see, if you want to just give it a try, here's the screening tool for SNAP. If I can spell it right. Hang on a minute. Pre-screening book. So there's the link to the pre-screening tool for SNAP. It will let you know. You go through, they ask you some questions and what have you, and they will let you know if you qualify for SNAP, and then probably show you a link where you can apply. How to apply, you have to contact your state agency, and the state agencies, or according to, let's see, let me type that for you. This is the link to the state agencies. Just click on your state. It'll tell you how to apply there. And so there's that for SNAP. Let me see. It explains to you about how long you'll receive SNAP and this and that and the other. Now, some states have a work requirement now. I don't know much about that because I am on disability and I don't have a work requirement. So be sure and check out all the information that's available to you there. And so yeah, Jansen's in good shape. So he's fortunate he doesn't have to even bother with any of this. So you've heard me talk about the CSFP program. And so let's talk about that. CSFP participants is called the Commodity Supplemental Food Program. You have to reside in one of the states or on our Indian reservation to participate. States establish income limits for elderly that's at or below 130% of the federal poverty income guidelines. States establish income limits for children who remain on the program that are below 185% of the poverty income guidelines, but not below 100%. States can establish local residency requirements based on designated service areas, but many do not require a minimum period of residency. So if you're new to a state and you're trying to settle in and you're senior or disabled or what have you is senior, you could try to apply. The the participant eligibility requirements for CSFP includes low-income elderly persons at least 60 years of age who meet income eligibility requirements. And they are the same for SNAP, okay? So if you qualify for SNAP, you qualify for CSFP. And I'm assuming that the children that they're talking about who could apply to participate would be those who are disabled. Eligible participants, though, cannot participate in both WIC and CSFP. And I can tell you, I used to be a foster parent, so I took care of some WIC kids. The WIC has more to offer kids than CSFP. You have seen some of my CSFP hauls, and there's no milk. There's that shelf-stable 1% milk in the little cartons. You get like 2 of them. WIC is much better for children than CSFP. So I will tell you that right now. So if you're 60 or above and qualify for SNAP, look into the CSFP. The link for CSFP and how to apply is right here. Right there. And let me get through these programs and then we'll go through chat, okay? Let me get through my presentation. Okay, so we take care of the CSFP. All right, now WIC. If you have a child and you're low income, this is the page I'm reading from right there in the chat. To be eligible for the WIC program, you have to meet all of the following eligibility requirements: categorical, residential, your income, and your nutrition risk. Links of participation in WIC is a short-term program, so you do graduate. And I know they have a lot of great classes too for WIC: how to cook healthy foods, how to make baby food. They do all kinds of things, and they give away all kinds of really nice things like strollers and cribs. And I mean, they are, at least in my town, the WIC program is great. It's really, really great. And the length of participation depends on whether you're pregnant, postpartum, breastfeeding an infant or a child. Eligible individual usually receives WIC benefits from 6 months to a year old, and then you'd have to reapply. There is a waiting list and a priority system, and the information on the page there will tell you if you move from state to another state, what you need to do about that. The USDA also has child nutrition programs for school lunch programs. So if you need a little help in that category, there's the link for that. And I want to say, don't be too daggone proud. Don't be too proud to apply for these things. If you need the help, get it. I worked all my life, and I think maybe twice in 32 years I needed to get some help with SNAP, or with me being a foster parent, they went ahead and provided all the kids with that. But I mean, me personally, in between contracts, in between jobs, I needed some help. But luckily I wasn't on it very long. So, don't feel all too proud and stuff to think you wouldn't dare be on anything like this. Now, there's another program that they have. It's called Seniors Farmer Market Nutrition Program. And let me share that link with you here. Now, here in Fort Wayne, they have something called HEAL markets, Healthy Education and Living. Healthy education and living classes, I guess that's what you call it. And they're like vegan classes, how to be vegan. They still use oil. It's sponsored by Parkview Hospital. They give away these farmer market nutrition program vouchers so you can take to they give everybody a farmer's market, whether you're a senior or not. But you have to go through their classes, Some of what they teach we already know is not correct. But, because, oil is healthy and that's okay and stuff like that. But anyway, just go with the flow and get your damn vouchers and you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? And then you can go to the participating fresh market or farmers markets, and then they double it. So what they do is you take your SNAP card to the farmers market and say I want to get $20 worth of greens, which is something I usually do, because that's only 3.5 clamshells, for me, and that's about a week's worth of greens. So what they'll do is they'll double it. They'll give you $40 worth for the $20 you put on your SNAP card. Now, Senior Farmers Market Program, here, to participate in that one particular program, you have to join this League for the Blind and Disabled, and that costs money. So that doesn't seem right to me, but anyway, that's the way that works, because I looked into that program, and that's how that worked out. So that's the seniors. It awards grants to the states, U.S. territories, and federally recognized Indian tribes for low-income seniors with coupons that can be exchanged for eligible foods at a farmer's market. And that's what I mean. That's what this Parkview Health here in town is, a chain of hospitals. They've locked into that grant. They give the classes in exchange for the vouchers for everybody, not just seniors. But that League of the Blind and Disabled, that's, you have to go through them to get it. And there's a PDF link on that site, on that link I just gave you, that takes you to the participating state agencies so you can apply for there. Now, I get newsletters. That's how I knew in advance about the SNAP coming early to Indiana, or that the governors would have to apply first. I immediately took that link and I spammed my state legislators with it. The governor's on Facebook. I'm friends with his dog, Henry. So, I'm like, hey, we need to get on this real quick. And then it was like 2 days later, bam, it was announced that Indiana's on board with that, and we're getting February's food stamps early. So the way I signed up for that e-letter, is with that link right there, USDA food-related emails. You go to that link, and you can see it says USDA food e-letters. You click that link, you sign up for what you want, if it's CSFP, food stamps, WIC, whatever. And they also have great food toolkits with how long you can refrigerate something, how long should something be in the freezer, how to, all kinds of food safety information on this website, and program fact sheets and all kinds of really good information just by getting those emails. And you got to watch the first couple of ones. It might hit your spam folder, and then just mark it as not spam, and they'll keep coming. They have a USDA fresh vegetable program. That's for the schools, where the schools can order fresh vegetables straight from USDA. All that information's on that page. So that's what I have. As far as the government shutdown, all I personally know about is WIC and CSFP. And for the CSFP program in Allen County and Fort Wayne, Indiana, I do know the CSFP program is going to be solid at current levels. They're not taking any more applications or whatever until the government's back up, because there's nobody to run the applications. So right now, January and through February, CSFP programs on target, not going to be affected, but they're not taking any more new people. Okay, that concludes my presentation. I got up to 8 viewers, and now I'm down to 4. Okay, so let's go look at the chat. Janice, hey Janice, you make too much now. So the government shut down and food stamps. Okay, I told you. Hey, Prudent Gal. And then Jansen got off SNAP after 4 months of unemployment. Yeah, it is a good safety net. It's not meant to be the cure-all and everything, but you know, all of us when we work pay into it. You know, and you hit a tree and life happens, and you know. And like I said, some states now have a SNAP is a federal program, but it's administered by the states with their additional rules in place. So every state is different as to what the income requirements are the same everywhere, but the stipulation as to how long you can have it or various little tweaks in the program, that's at the state level. So if something's different in your state than it is in Indiana, that's something you would need to talk to your state legislators about. Kind of, talking. You have to talk to them to get those things changed if that's kind of thing you want to do. So, does anybody have any questions for me about these programs? I mean, you've seen my senior PAC call. Senior PAC is a Feeding America program. It's not a USDA program. So that's different. That's not governmental. You can go to feedingamerica.org, look at the nearest hubs or distribution centers nearest you, see what you can do to sign up there to get some extra food. I know a lot of people, y'all know I was in the Coast Guard. And of course, they're not getting paid right now. And I would really like, if you're in a position to help anybody out, you can always donate to the Coast Guard Foundation. Just Google it, Coast Guard Foundation, and donate. They're the ones that are helping out the ones out of work, or not out of work, out of pay, and trying to sustain. If you're a member of American Legion or an Eagles or VFW or DAV or any of that, try to offer a meal or two to the folks in the Coast Guard who aren't getting paid, or their families while they're deployed, because some of them are deployed. There are Coast Guardsmen deployed overseas in a war zone, just so you know. So that's all I have for my presentation. Does anybody have any questions for me? Yeah, I only took 20 minutes. That was good. Any questions? Y'all busy checking out those links? Okay, well, tell me who you are. Tell me who's here. I see I got 6. So tell me who's here. Okay, nobody's talking. I'm assuming you're reading, and that's a good thing. So I want to thank you all for being my subscribers. We're almost to 500 subscribers. Austin sends his love. He's in the middle of the floor. Come here and say hi to these people. Come here. Come. I had to cut his ears last night. They were too long in getting in his food. So I had to look right there. Cindy's here hanging on every word. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Vicky. Austin sends his love, everybody. I hope that this information is helpful to you so you'll understand the programs that are available. I worked 32 years. And in that 32 years, I needed, I don't know, maybe 2 months of food stamps during all of that. But it was there. And for anybody that says, we should get off our ass and get a job, or how can we drive nice things? It's like, just because you're in between jobs doesn't mean you're supposed to drive a crap car. A lot of people losing their jobs just bought a new car and are just like scrambling to make the damn payment. And we got a bunch of people like, having some shit to say about how can you drive, why do you have an iPhone, or why do you have nice things? Their jobs could have just fell out from under them 2 weeks ago, and you got some shit to say about why they're driving. So, I really wanted people to have actual factual information. So if you hear somebody talk like that, you can, with informed sources, let them know that they're full of crap. Vicky's here. Love to Austin from Gia. They'll just tell me I make too much money on Social Security. Vicky, there's a link above to where you can find out what your income guidelines are, so you don't have to assume anything. I'm on Social Security too. I still qualify. Click the link on eligibility and go find out. When people say people can't have iPhones, it makes me mad. How people get to work or stay in contact with important sources. True. I don't have an iPhone. I have a very old Samsung 4S that on the very next upgrade is going to be obsolete. I'm not going to be able to have it anymore. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But the next time Samsung updates, my phone is no good. But I used to have an iPhone. I used to have an iPad. I used to have a lot of things. I used to have 2 cars and a 3-story home, and used to have a lot of things. And then life happens, So if you find all of this information helpful, and if you know somebody that's in a bind right now, please share this broadcast with your friends so they can see what's available for them. And give this video a thumbs up. Please give this video a thumbs up, because I think the more we can help each other, the better off we all will be. And this is my random act of kindness for today. As information. We all need to have good information. And there's no reason to worry about, I make too much, or I do this, because they take what you make, they count your expenses, they count your health expenses, they deduct all that and adjust your income and everything like that. So, they just don't say, you make too much. Well, they take a look at how much is your mortgage, how much is your rent, how much are utilities, and you have to show them all of that stuff anyway. You got to give them your electric bill and your lease. You got to, show them your registration for your car. So they know you got to pay car insurance and all that. They take all of your expenses and adjust your income. So it is possible to roll along saving and doing just what you are supposed to do. But yes, that's what happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me. I was doing okay. I was doing just fine. And bam. And so, mine was health. And still is. And, That's what this channel is about. I'm working my way back to better health. But you know, yes, the food we eat is 70% of the cure. The rest is mobility, exercise, attitude, and availability of services, healthcare. You know, so let's see, Cindy says her too. Okay, well, please, I only see one thumbs up here. Come on, y'all, give us a thumbs up. And Jansen, I'm glad you got a new job, and I'm really happy for you. Prayers were answered, and congratulations on your success, your successful employment. Really happy for you, and I wanted to let everybody know that if you have a need, if you're in need, and don't be ashamed to use those links to go get the help you need. Right now, government is shut down. I don't know what the status is for. I don't think they can process any applications, but check your local area, because they may be taking the applications, and as soon as the government comes back up, they'll send them up. But if you qualify for benefits and apply today online, apply, or on your state's, you'll get a link to your state agency. They have an application you can apply online. It'll be dated today. So whenever the government comes back up, or whatever they're going to do, you'll get retro benefits from the data application. But you will need your driver's license, your birth certificate, your social security card, your lease, your electric bill, your car registration, and your bank statement. You will need that. And when you play this back, you can catch that. You will need those 7 things. So go ahead and find them, look for them, get, like I suggested over a year ago, all those important things should be maintained in one safe space in your home. Hopefully it's fireproof box. But you always are going to need those 7 things for any assistance in your town, most likely. Anything dealing with the government, state, or federal, you will need those 7 things to prove your eligibility for just about any program there is. So, you can rewind this on playback to get those again, but have them all in a safe place. So when you do apply for SNAP, what I have done is I have a printer that scans, and I scan all those things in. When I get a new lease, I scan the new lease in. When I get a new light bill, I scan the light bill in. When I get my plates renewed, I do that. When I get my license renewed, I scan that. And then I keep them all in one file. And I keep them on a thumb drive. And I keep the thumb drive in the fireproof box. So, and if somebody wants you to send it to them online, plug the thumb drive in, pick the file, send it on. It is, you have to be a little bit organized to kind of think, to kind of get the things you need sometimes. But since I have already experienced that, I am happy to share the experience I have with you. So if it happens to you, you can be prepared. And if you know someone, please, again, refer them to this broadcast so they can get the help they need, because we are all in this together. So don't forget the thumbs up. I'm Cathy. This is supposed to be an hour-long thing, but I'm not getting any questions. So I did give you all the links. Excuse me. I did give you all the links to get that information. So, if you hear, like I said, if you hear anybody out in the world on the internet, whatever, with misleading information about SNAP recipients, or CSFP or WIC or anybody that needs this little extra help, you now have the facts straight from the government to tell them that they don't know what they're talking about. So, I hope we can dispel a lot of myths with this broadcast and lift people up who need the help instead of trying to knock them down with insults, adding insult to injury. So let's lift each other up and be good neighbors and good citizens. All right. Y'all have a good day. Love you all. If you can help a neighbor today, please do. And one random act of kindness can turn their day around. Someone's day around, maybe even yours. So I love you. Take care of yourself. If you're in need, I pray for you, Heavenly Father. I pray for anyone watching this broadcast. If they are in need or going through a rough time, that you will lift them up and help them get the help that they need to get them through these difficult times. I say this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. That does it for me, folks. I love you. Take care of yourself. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.